Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you Sunday, October the 29th. The year's 2023. Let's talk trading. Weekly, open, and gap. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. And it's the last few days of the month, so just a quick reminder about risk management. Don't lose more than you're willing to lose on any one particular trade. So taking a look at the weekly right now, we're a little over 5 pips below the open, and we're 6 off the high, and we are 11 above the low, and we have a few gaps that have not filled. Let's zoom out to the monthly. 63 pips below that monthly open, 220 off the high, and 80 above the low. We are putting in the opening range for the week, which right now so far is within the opening range of the month. So as you can see, we've been crisscrossing across that monthly open a few times this month, and we're now flirting with the low, and we are just above the opening range for the year. Speaking of which, we are 28 pips above the yearly open. We happen to be in the inside bar range from the daily inside bar that happened 6 days ago. And notice, looks like we've got a lot of inside bar action. So for you traders that like to trade the inside bars, this could be your week. No pairs have ranged over 100 pips so far. We are almost 7 hours into the trading day, and the pound sitting here in a very anemic 17 pips. We're below that weekly open once again. We got into the short zone. There was a few pips to be made, but not much. So maybe when it crosses that weekly open, it might make a move, and you might be able to collect a few pips. Once again, with the range this low, rats will just have to wait. Bambino flex indicators indicating a short. We haven't hit the pivot yet. When we get there, pivot trading plan says short. And if it happens to make it all the way to R1, once again, still short. And we have not hit that daily pivot. Let's take a quick look. We haven't hit the weekly, and we haven't hit the monthly. So 3 strikes, right? Looking at H4, we've got a missed pivot up at 21.39. And that looks like that's doable. We're only 23 pips away. In and out of the lower wick zone looks like a couple of times. So once again, nice horizontal line trade there. You can see that daily open below the weekly, or the daily open. Now that's interesting. Why is the daily open and the weekly open different on this chart? Weekly open 21.21.8. That's the weekly open. Daily open, it says 21.19. Nope. That's interesting. I wonder if I have something labeled wrong. Oh, I know. This isn't the This is today's wick zone, which is actually the previous Friday's wick zone, but I have it labeled as D1 lower because that's today's lower. Okay, I thought maybe something was going wrong. So, once again, the range in anemic 17 at the moment. On Friday's video, we went over the ranges. Nothing's changed. We still have that outside bar from last week. So we'll see if we get a break either to the upside or downside this week. And looking at some just simple trades here, we didn't quite get to the psychological 25. Price turned around right here. Dropping below indicator 2 on M15. Let's take a look at M30, below indicator 2 there also. Oh, and I did send out, I think it was batch 6 of the donational indicators. I sent those out Friday. So thanks again for all those who donated. Hope you enjoy the new indicators. Let me know if you have any questions. I can answer them. And lower high, higher low. I don't know who's trading this, if anybody's taking advantage of this trade, but you can see here, people might say it's hindsight, but we do this every day. And so here we went through that lower high. It's only worth 4 pips at the moment, but if I got 4 pips every trade, that'd be really nice. Whoops. And we haven't pushed the range at all. And let's see here. Do we have anything interesting? Looking at the day, it says fade to pivot, a buy, lower high, higher low. So we're inside bar at the moment. We're inside the lower wick zone, but price is turning down. Well, let's zoom out to the week. Previous bar was outside bar, inside the lower wick zone. It's turning down, fade to pivot, higher low, lower high, once again inside bar, all the way out to the monthly, inside the lower wick zone, sellers strong control, below the pivot and previous mid, but we still have a fade to pivot buy. But remember, make sure if you're fading the monthly, it's above the monthly open. On the weekly, it should be above the weekly open. And the daily, it should be above the daily open to fade those pivots if price is below the pivot. You don't want to get caught on the wrong side of the open when you're fading the pivot. So this week, I'm not sure what we're going to talk about. End of the month, beginning of the month. So we'll just pretty much trade what we see. There is one thing I guess I can talk about for a little bit right now about expectations and losing. You're not going to win every trade. You're just not. Nobody's that good. I mean, sometimes Walmart or I might have a day where we don't have a loser, but might have 2 or 3 days in a row no losers. But thing is, you just can't bank on it, because one of these days you're going to have a whole bunch of losers, and that's just the way trading is. It's not an exact science, because you don't know the outcome. If you did, the market would cease to exist. But some traders struggle with that, and they just really fight the market. I know I have that problem sometimes. I'll let the trades run so far against me, and then I'll have to trade my way out of the mess. And I usually wind up kicking myself, because all that effort, had I either just waited or had I, either hedged it or, or doubled it up going the other way and then taking the opportunities going back the original way, it could probably bank a hell of a lot more pips. Something that I'll be working on. But a lot of times our habits get set, and it's just so easy to revert to the habit. So, my habit would be I get in a trade, it inflects on me. So then I start looking for another opportunity to basically save that trade. But the reality is, more times than not, that trade really doesn't get saved, because if I maybe put another trade on and it starts to come back, I might punch out with an overall profit, but one win, one loss. So it's almost like, well, why not just take the loss, switch directions, pick up some pips there, maybe make up that loss, and then when it get another signal to come back that way, do it. Because I just really sometimes get in there and try to, not that I'm forcing trades, but I'm looking for things. And it's one thing about our brains. If you want to, we look at this chart, we'll see what we want to see. We'll see reasons to go short because that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for reasons to either go long or not go short. So a lot of times we can be our own worst enemy. And that's just how it is. Because one of the things, it really sucks when you want to get in the trade and price is moving your direction. You get in, and then as soon as you get in, it reverses. And if you just waited just a couple of more seconds, you could have gotten in where you wanted to get in, because price runs up and then runs back down. I see that a lot. And a lot of times what it'll do, it will fill the imbalance. So on this candle right here, a lot of times it'll come back down to this candle, so there's no imbalance. See, right now we've got an imbalance. And so we'll just have to wait and see. And wow, look at that. It did what I said. It came back, it filled that imbalance, and you notice how it paused. And unfortunately, this is a one of those, not necessarily a fixed spread broker, but it's one of those big spread brokers, no commission, you pay spread, which means you wind up paying a little bit more than if you paid a commission and spread, because usually if you pay a commission, spread's usually only maybe 0.3 at the worst, unless there's something weird happening. But on a normal day-to-day trading, it's usually 1 point, maybe 2 points, especially if you're on an ECN. But anyway, those are just a few thoughts. We might dive into them a little bit more. And once again, let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to ask, and hopefully we can answer those questions for you. So, fellow traders, hope you had a fun, safe weekend. And as always, when you're trading, always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.